I know I'd said I wasn't going to working on this 47 till after the wagon was done, but I guess I've changed my mind. I went ahead and it had the power steering, the lower bracket that mounts it to the pump was bent, and it was kind of some mismatched things, but I just bought an eBay bracket set up that kind of moves it down a little bit, bolts to the two bolt holes on the bottom of the block instead of bolting it to the pump. This upper bracket here bolts to the bottom pump bolt. It comes over, so kind of see it there. It's just a cheap eBay kit, you know, $25. I always went ahead and did that instead of searching to try to come up with a match set of brackets. And of course I just ordered a set of Mr. Gasket intake gaskets off eBay also from a guy. I guess they were $10. So. You got the AC bracket. It's an Allen Grove type, so it'll mount it on the driver's side, and with this setup I'll have to change to a 3-groove crank pulley, but I went through some of George's pulleys and stuff over there. He had, I believe he had 5 triple groove lower pulleys over there, but well, it's kind of a rainy day here this morning. I've got this under the carport down here. If it don't rain so hard that it just washes me out here, I'm gonna try to pull this intake and clean it up, put the intake gaskets on, put a set of plugs in it, and put the power steering bracket and stuff on. May not do anything with the AC right now, but so there you go. I'm gonna, like I said, get started, try to jack it up to where I can drain enough antifreeze out to let the level down to do this intake. I got the intake off, and I think part of its problem may have been that the intake wasn't sealed good. It definitely wasn't sealed at number 7. It definitely was not sealed. So get it all cleaned up here, and put it back, get it back together, get the new plugs in it, and see if it makes a difference. Got it all back together here. Got the AC bracket mounted. I had to modify it a little bit to clear that intake. Had to trim one corner of it off, but what instructions I could find for one online said to put a 1/4-inch spacer behind it at the top water pump bolt on both sides. So that's what I did, and it's designed to work with their alternator bracket set up. Of course, that's I didn't have it. So what I did is just used the bottom, the standard bottom bracket for a small block Chevrolet, and then used this top bracket here is off of a 289. It's the lower bracket off that, but it bolted directly to the water pump and directly to the alternator in line. Didn't have to space it or anything, so it was like it's made for it. But that, I was able to put a longer belt on it to get it away from that bracket there where it was touching. So that power steering setup there, that eBay kit bracket worked out pretty good. Seems pretty well in line. So these AC hoses, this one's too short and the other one's too long, where it was when they were actually made for the car. It's when the car had the big block Chevrolet in it. So but it appeared that intake gasket, where it wasn't sealed at cylinder number 7 there, I'd originally, when I was doing the walk around of the car, said it was missing on cylinders 7 and 4, but what I meant is it was actually missing on 7 and 6, and those two are connected by that intake runner. So but I put it back together with the new Mr. Gasket intake gaskets, and put a set of new old stock plugs I had in it. There's some old Autolite made in the US, and it actually seems to run pretty good, and we took it around the neighborhood here a couple laps, so see how it'll start back here. Seems to be running okay. See though, and I'm going to take this little old plastic flex fan off, and I'm going to go to pull apart and get me some kind of OEM electric fan, maybe off of a Taurus or something. Those seem to be a pretty good fan. But just around the neighborhood, it seems to be running pretty good. A whole lot better than it was.